And welcome to OCAA live soccer action. Matchup between the Lambton Lions and the Mohawk Mountaineers. Mohawk looking to get a win here, set the ship straight after the hands of a 1-0 loss. And they should be able to do it here against the Lions. Aren't a very strong team, so it's looking good for Mohawk today. Hopefully they can come out with a win. My name is Tyler Kennedy. I'm joined here with Callum O'Malley.
Morning. Sorry, afternoon.
And we're just minutes away from kickoff here.
We are going into this with Mohawk looking like the probably the clear favorites. Lambton off to a bit of a rough start for the season. Mohawk has, despite not a great performance last week, still had a pretty good start. With 2 wins and a loss compared to Lambton, who are currently without a single goal this season yet.
Mohawk 5 goals on the season, only 1 against them, and it came in that loss in their last game. So just looking to kind of continue what they've been doing. That loss was their first loss in over a year. They went 5-0-5 last year, 5 ties, 5 wins. So hopefully it doesn't spiral into anything here.
This is a good game to try and come back in. After a loss last week, this is kind of Mohawk's game to lose. Obviously, they still need to play a win, but they should have the upper hand in this one.
Looks like Jaden Morgan is going to take the kickoff here. Samantha Dehan, the keeper here today for Mohawk. Lauren Goldsack on the opposing side.
As you were saying before, Mohawk only conceding 1 goal so far, and it was not against Dehan. Dehan has still got a perfect clean sheet for the beginning of the season.
And we're underway.
So as we were saying, Mohawk with 5 goals in the first few games of the season, and all 5 goals actually scored by different players. No player has scored more than once just yet.
And Mohawk shares 2 of the athletes of the week so far in this young season.
I believe it was Hamza Salman. I don't remember the other.
I think it was Cassandra Campanella won the athlete of the week this week. Side out throw in for Lambton. Mohawk retains possession. Mountaineers looking to attack early here. Kick on goal. No, it's wide left. It's going to be Lambton possession.
It's a good start for the Mountaineers at least. Did need to get that confidence back after losing last week, so high pressing play, good attacking play. It'll do them a lot of good to build up that confidence again, hopefully get some early goals.
And we've seen that in their games before this season. They're great at keeping the ball in the other team's end.
They actually, these girls have an average of 3.25 goals per game for the first few games of the season, so they are heavy hitters. And like I said, only 1 goal conceded, so they're looking to be a dangerous team again this year, just like they were last year.
And that 3.5 you said, that's after getting shut out last game.
Yep. Yeah, that average only gets a little bit higher. That's like a 3.75 average, removing last game.
Lambton's going to turn it over to Mohawk here. Mohawk with possession in their own end.
If Lambton wants a shot at this game, they're definitely going to need to play aggressively. Fast on the break, quick counters, balls over the top, stuff like that. Because if they play the same game Mohawk plays, I don't think they've got much of a shot.
Jaden Morgan's running. She's got a break. She gets it by the goalie, and she's going to put it in. An early 1-0 lead here for Mohawk.
And that's going to do wonders for the confidence, right? Like the scoring not even 3 minutes in. 2 minutes in after heavy possession play. It's definitely off to a good start.
And that's Jaden Morgan. Another goal here. We saw her score one against Niagara.
And now it's definitely on these Lambton players to stem the bleeding. Like, they're off to not a great start. Rough season so far. It's going to take a lot of mental fortitude to stay in this game.
And a lot of turnovers for Lambton so far. Not doing a great job keeping possession. Mohawk has it in the corner. Kicks it up front. A header from Jaden Morgan is wide right. It's going to trickle out of play. Lambton's going to retain possession.
Yeah, these turnovers are risky early a game, but at the same time, they're going to need to play risky. Already down 1-0. Taking a little more risk is probably the right idea. They just need to actually make calculated risk and not just give the ball away.
And we see it again. Mohawk getting possession on another turnover from Lambton. Going to play it back to the keeper. Samantha Dehon still hasn't allowed a goal this season, as Callum said.
Should definitely be hoping to add another shutout, another clean sheet to her tally this season.
There's a trip there, no call. Jaden Morgan coming up the right side. A little bit of a break, crosses it up front.
Ooh,
It's going to get away. So Lambton's going to have possession here, side out. It's going to be a throw-in. Just not a great job so far from Lambton. They have the ball in their own zone, but they're just immediately giving it away.
yeah, Mohawk's a dangerous team to drop the ball in this kind of area too. You can't keep giving it away. Not when they know how prolific these goal scorers are, how dominant Mohawk was last year. This is the kind of game where they really need to tighten up defense, and so far they've not looked comfortable.
We're going to have a corner kick here. Kick goes up front. Mohawk tries to head it in. Gets back. Lambton's going to get possession.
It was a good attempt on the half volley. Difficult skill to do that, but it was a good attempt.
Throw in for Lambton here. And immediately given right back to Mohawk. And this is a great way to build confidence if you're a Mohawk team coming off a loss. Your first loss in quite some time.
Absolutely. I think the coach will be urging them to go out and get quite a few goals today. Scoring that early, again, it could be a sign of things to come.
Lambton looking to attack here.
Solid defensive play, shutting that down before it even really becomes anything.
Ball's going to get back in Mohawk possession here.
It seems like Mohawk likes playing up these side lanes. The wingers seem quick. Yeah, it looks like an offside call.
So offside, it's going to go Lambton ball now.
These wingers, the Mohawks seem to really have no difficulty getting them in behind Lambton's defense. It's going to be a long day for the Lambton goalkeeper trying to keep crosses from going in.
And a lot of speed up the wings as well.
Absolutely. Fast wingers and a tall striker, it's all you really need.
Going to play it back to the keeper, Dihan. Some nice passing plays so far from Mohawk in their own end.
It's something I've noticed from both the men and women's team from the Mountaineers this year is playing this... Ooh, ball given away.
Turnover there, and they get it right back. Looking to attack here. They had numbers, but it gets dropped back. Jade Morgan up the right side.
Offside.
And it's going to be offside.
But these Mountaineers, both the men's and women's, seem to be playing the new form of aggressive sweeper keeper, almost playing the goalkeeper like a fifth defender to open up passing lanes.
Seen that a lot with the men's team from Mohawk last game with the Oliver Steinke, their goalie.
Yes. But both Stanky and Dahan have had good starts to their season.
Mohawk coming up the wing here. Crosses it up front. It's going to get away, and a bit of an open shot there, but couldn't catch up to it. But still, not a bad opportunity if you're Mohawk getting those crosses up front.
It can be tough to get to those balls. They do want to take the time while the sun is behind them right now to take advantage of their attacking play. Once after halftime is swapped over, it's going to be a little more difficult.
Lambton gives it to Mohawk here. And you're not seeing a lot of passing plays from Lambton here in their own end. They're just kind of trying to clear it most of the time. So Mohawk's attacking again. And that deflects off a Lambton player. Jade Morgan coming up the right side.
And these Mohawk players finding themselves in acres of space.
Shot deflects off a Lambton player there. It's going to be Mohawk ball.
And you're absolutely right. Lambton hasn't really been maintaining possession. A lot of clearances, a lot of individual runs, not a lot of individual passing play at the center.
Going to be another corner kick here for Mohawk. In the 9th minute, Mohawk leads 1-0. Cross up front. Misses everyone. But Mohawk doing a good job keeping possession. Just as I say that, they kick it out of play. So it's Lambton possession in their own end here. The throw-in is given right to the Mountaineers.
Yeah, these passes they're not clean. They're not taking the time. I think Mohawk's got him a little bit panicked at the moment.
And that's going to happen when you score as early as the Mountaineers did in this one.
It shatters his confidence to concede like that early. And quite an open goal. The keeper came out to try and sweep it, but it's a risk goalkeepers take to come out like that, and to miss that ball, to let that go in so easily it's a confidence breaker.
So Lambton's going to give it to Mohawk here. Coming towards the middle. Lambton's just going to try and clear it here. And it gets back into Mohawk possession. And Lambton's been on the defensive this entire game.
Some foul. Looks like a free kick for Mohawk in a reasonably dangerous position. I'd definitely be interested to see the possession stats by the end of this game. I feel like it might look a little one-sided.
Yeah. So it's going to be number 18, Janelle Lemire's taking this free kick.
And this is a good opportunity for Mohawk to make something out of this.
And doesn't touch anyone in it. Saved by the keeper, Goldsack.
And she does have that skill to get that over the wall, or even around the wall. But not quite enough pace on it to fool the goalkeeper this time.
And if you're the Lambton team, you know, I mean, looking at what's happened early, you can't really play that passing game with Mohawk there. I fear soon they're going to try going for some home run balls, just trying to beat Mohawk down in their own zone.
It's going to have to be how they play if they want to try and get back into this. Playing evenly with Mohawk is unlikely to really net them anything back. I think they're going to have to try and play a different game than Mohawk is, play fast attacking play, early crosses, things like that. Trying to hold possession against these Mountaineers doesn't seem likely.
We're going to have a throw inside out for Lambton. A header that gets into the Mohawk possession of the Mountaineers. You see number 14, Jade Morgan, getting really aggressive. Already has one in this game. Looking to add on to it.
If I was a betting man, I would say that she would get it.
Mohawk's going to try and keep possession in the corner here. They do. It's going to get out of play. Lambton's going to get possession.
The ball might just trickle out to play on the end of the field, though.
Close one. Almost an opportunity for the Mountaineers.
It's a very dangerous position to be able to cut the ball back on a cross from that spot. It's hard to defend against.
It's going to be played by the keeper, Goldsack. Oh, no. Pardon me. This is dangerous play up front. A little shove there, no call.
It's risky. Like you've said, these Mountaineer forwards, aggressive players, which is fantastic to watch, not fantastic to defend against. I can't really feel like Lambton is just not marking their individuals too well.
No real strategy from Lambton here. It's just kind of play on the defensive side and try and clear when it gets down there.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they have a really good plan for countering out Mohawk.
Jaden Morgan kicks one there, and that's going to be another goal for her. Jaden Morgan with her second goal of the game here early, 15th minute.
Delicate chip over the top. Different, very different from the first goal. Completely different kind of sets of skills you have to deal with there, but it's it sure seems like she can do it all.
Like I said, very aggressive player.
And again, that's kind of a confidence-breaking goal. It just kind of a coy chip over the top.
Jaden Morgan with the second goal for Mohawk.
The Lions might be in for quite a long night tonight.
Mountaineers are going to play it up the wing here. Lambton retains possession. A little more passing plays here, but nothing really coming out of it.
There's got to be a change in tactics from Lambton here. 2-0 down, 16 minutes in. You're only going to start conceding more if they don't change up the way they're playing, because what they're doing right now just isn't going to work. I'm not sure you can hear it over the broadcast, but the communication between the Mohawk players is loud and constant. They definitely seem to know where every other player is on the pitch.
Jade Morgan attacking again, drops it off. There's a shot up front, but it's going to deflect off of the Lambton player. Mohawk's going to get possession here.
Mohawk's third corner of the match.
And I believe it's going to be Janelle Lemire's taking it again. See if anything can come out of this. Already 2-0 here in the 16th minute, approaching the 17th.
And these corners have looked dangerous for Mohawk so far.
Jade Morgan, field goal. Or maybe not. Can't tell from my point of view.
Almost. And you can tell that she's feeling herself right now. Like, to go for that, not even back to the goal, trying to chip it over her own shoulder. It's the sign of a striker who's feels like she can hit the net from anywhere.
This is only my second game broadcasting for the Mountaineers, so there's a reason I know her name without having to look at the jersey number. You know, she sticks out with her skills.
Look at the referee reached for his pocket, but seemed to reconsider. Oh yeah, light foul there.
Letting him play so far to an extent. Jade Morgan comes up the wing again. Tries to make a cross, but Lambton's going to pick it off. They're going to kick it out. Nope. Oh, now it is called out. It's going to be side out, throw in for Mohawk.
It's interesting to see that Morgan isn't staying central. She's even moving up to these wing plays. She's not playing as just a dedicated striker. She wants to move around, help her team from different positions.
And against a weaker team like Lambton, especially up 2-0 early, you don't really have to stick to your designated position here. You don't really have to stick to a strategy. They're already up 2-0 here. You have to stick to a strategy to some extent, but you can get a little more aggressive if you're Mohawk.
Absolutely. If they get another goal under the belts, this might already be game over. But trying out some different tactics, going for some more free-flowing play, maybe letting the wingers come in more central, strikers drifting off to the wings. It gives players an opportunity to experiment in different spots, see what they can do.
It's going to be able to play. Mohawk's going to have a throw in here. You have to think what the Lambton coach is thinking right now. And there's a shot. It's going to be wide. No challenge for Dion.
Goalkeeper, Samantha.
Looks like a couple substitutions coming on. Is that 3 substitutions for Lambton already?
Pretty early to be making those substitutions here, but
We were saying they needed a change.
yep.
Volley.
If it's not working, you got to switch some things up. And you have to think it's still only 2-0 here early, but If you're Lambton, that could be kind of a sign of, let's just let our bench players get some run here.
It could be. It could be taking off some defensive midfield, taking off some centre backs in exchange for midfielders and forwards. But you'd hope that it's a tactical change, but it could just be recognizing that the game's already been put to bed.
Mountaineers coming up the left side here. So they might have a shot on net. Good defensive play there by Lambton. Get it out. But that's all the quote-unquote good defensive plays we've seen so far, just clearing it. That's all they've really been able to do.
Yeah, we really haven't seen much of the Lambton counter-attack so far. A lot of these plays, clearances end up with Mohawk defenders, or get to a winger and immediately taken off of them. We're not seeing a lot of what Lambton's plan for aggression is yet.
Almost halfway through the half here in 21st minute. Mountaineers lead 2-0 early here.
Looks like squandered possession again.
Just when you think Lambton's going to have their first attack and first kind of real opportunity, they give it away. We haven't seen the keepers for the Mountaineers be tested so far early in this season, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen this game.
No, the most difficult thing that Dahan has had to deal with so far this game has been a pass from one of her own players. It's and even that little play there, that kicking the ball away, kind of shows a lack of trust potentially between the Lambton defenders and their goalkeeper. Normally you would see that pass go back to the goalie who can then hit it forward again, but to just throw the ball out of possession like that is
not only a lack of confidence in your teammates, but a lack of confidence in yourself, your own ability there.
Absolutely. They might be worried that if they don't hit it hard enough, that Mohawk's going to get a free goal out of it and things like that. And those might just be those thoughts running through the defenders' heads right now.
It's going to be another corner here for the Mountaineers. Janelle Lemiers is going to take it.
Take a shot.
Nice shot up front there, but nice save. Goldsack in net for the Lions. That's what I said about the home run ball there, just kind of trying to get it down in Mohawk's end and hope they have a lapse in defense.
Yeah, those long balls over the top can absolutely catch you if you're not taking your opponent seriously. If you're caught sleeping, if the defense is too high up and you miss the offside trap, you can definitely get caught out by pretty easy goals over the head like that.
Passing play from Mohawk here, coming up the left wing. It's going to be a shot on goal, and that's going to get in. Nice shot from the Mountaineers, and it's 3-0 here in the 23rd minute.
What an angle to take that shot from. Again, with Mohawk just having confidence. A left-footed hook, it seemed like. I'll have to wait for the replays to come up.
That's number 3, Anissa Jersic. Nice shot there. No real opportunity for the keeper Goldsack to make a save on that one.
And 3-0, 25 minutes. This looking like one of Mountaineers' well-known high-scoring games.
They're playing with confidence here.
I don't blame them. From what I've seen so far, almost all the possession, very little what they've had to do defensively.
I don't believe the Mountaineers have made any substitutions yet either.
No, so far it's only looks like it's only been those 3 Lambton changes.
passing play here by the Mountaineers. Nisa Jurkic gonna see that one out. Be Lambton possession in their own end. Now we'll see the first substitution for Mohawk. Or the first couple of substitutions.
South Sal, I can't even really see how many people came off in that. 2 or 3?
Looked like 2 to me. Lambton gives it away. Just be side out for the Mountaineers.
Looks like Lambton's trying to take the sting out of these Mohawk attacks with just knocking the ball out of play, trying to keep him off the tempo, but it doesn't seem to be doing the trick.
Here's Jaden Morgan again. Looking for a hat trick here. Just gonna pass it back. And I believe that one was actually a field goal. I said that earlier and misjudged it.
And unselfish from Morgan to pass the ball away, like you said, on a hat trick. A lot of players will go for that, but
especially when it's not a close game, it's against a weaker team. You kind of want to, I mean, depending on the player, I know I would want to go for that 3rd goal.
yeah. I was a goalie back when I was playing, and I'd go for the goal.
There's another shot from the Mountaineers.
Oh.
It's going to hit off the crossbar and in. So it's 4-0 now for the Mountaineers. We're still in the 26th minute.
What a goal by number 21, Aaliyah Cardona.
And that was number 21, Aaliyah Cardona.
Shot kind of sneaking in off the underside of the crossbar. Hard to save, but ooh, yeah, just hard to save. I don't really know there's much Lambton can do about that one. Just a well-placed strike.
And looking at the score so far, you got to wonder what it's going to end up being here when we are all said and done.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe I am mistaken. Lambton have had some real rough games so far this season. This could be one of their one of the worst slash lines to look at by the end.
Kind of comparable to that 2022 Mountaineers men's team, where they just had a real rough season. I think they had 45 goals against and 3 goals for them. They broke that in the first game of the season, so everything's looking up for Mountaineers sports here.
Yeah, in a stark contrast, Mountaineers men's last year were really struggling, but from what I've seen so far, they're playing with a lot more confidence, playing a lot more personality and strategy, so they've looked good so far.
Nothing different for the women's team here. They're used to winning.
Yeah, more of the same. Don't change what's not broken, and they're definitely looking good today.
Only 6 first-year players here for the Mountaineers this year. The rest are a combination of 3rd, 4th, and 5th years. A couple 2nd years in there, too. And I had no idea there was 5 years of eligibility.
I was actually just thinking that, yeah.
Yeah. Unless it's a typo here on the sheet I have. Lambton's going to play it from their box. Mountaineers are going to get possession here. And we haven't seen much of Lambton on this half of that Cardinal logo you see in the center of the field. They've been in their own end most of this game.
Yeah, the vast majority of this game has been Lambton trying to defend against Mohawk.
It's going to be Mohawk possession. Lambton's going to have a... Never mind. Mohawk's going to get it back.
Commentator's guess.
Not seeing a lot of fight out of the Lions, you know. I'm not going to say they're not trying their best. And just kicked off the face of it. That one's going to hurt.
It stings the face as much as it stings the pride.
The offside call there, I believe.
No, don't.
So in the 30th minute now, still 4-0 Mountaineers.
And you're absolutely right. We're not seeing not a lot of fight back from these Lions. At least the defensively seems to be.
And just I think they had it up the left side there. They didn't turn it over. The Mohawks looking to attack. Coming up the right wing, it's number 21, Aaliyah Cardona. She crosses it up front. It's going to hit off a Lambton player.
Another corner, keeping the pressure up. And these corners are hard to defend. Like, make sure you're marking your players, making sure that the ball isn't bouncing into an awkward position. Mohawk's shown that they're willing to take short corners. You have to be careful of that as well. You can see that Mohawks not only tactical playing their open play, but the set pieces as well they've been working on.
And I've never played any competitive soccer, but I would think when you're in the corner, you'd want to have a left-footed oriented player when you're in the right corner there, and a right one in the left corner, just because you have a better shot on the net. But
it really varies on what your team wants to do, kind of how you want to hook the ball in and things like that. But it seems like Mohawk's got a good playmaking, like a dedicated tactician when it comes to these set pieces. So they've got some flexibility on that left-footed player.
they have some flexibility given the score as well.
Absolutely, try new things, right? They can't get too overconfident. It's very rare, but I've seen games come back from 4-0.
Anything can happen.
Granted that I've only seen that happen once, and it was, I think, 15 years ago.
I don't think I would have remembered that one. I would have been like 4 years old, so. Mohawk, no.
Making me feel old already. I think I was in like grade 7.
Well, it's good. It's good to have a little contrast between ages. No, we're not that far away, but
I'll say I've got some extra wisdom.
the corner for Mohawk here, crossing it up front. It's gonna be a nice, easy save.
And there was pressure on the goalkeeper there, so it's good to see that she maintained her stance.
Lauren Goldsack in net. And we haven't seen a lot of planning from her when she kicks it to her team. She just kind of tries to get it over into the Mohawk midfield, but doesn't seem to be working so far. Lambton's going to elect to kick it out here.
This defensive strategy of just kind of wait for Mohawk to come to them and then kick it out when it gets close, it's not working out the way Lambton is hoping, I think. You keep giving away corners, eventually those corners are going to start meaning a bit more.
And you have to wonder if that's their strategy going into this game. You would hope to think not.
There's something to say with keeping teams off the rhythm and things like that, and looks like an offside call. Yeah, there is something to say about keeping teams off the rhythm. Don't let them get into the practiced attacking play and things like that. But after that first goal went in, after the second goal went in, let alone the third and fourth, you have to wonder if a change in tactics is on the cards for Lambton.
And every team has their own strategy. If it works, it works, but so far it hasn't.
You got to be flexible. You got to change what you do against every team. I did have the opportunity to talk to Coach Brown from the Mountaineers men's last week, and he was big on talking about flexibility and changing how you play against different teams and things like that. You can't have one set strategy for the whole year. Mountaineers
with possession in their own end here.
You And you see that as soon as Lambton got possession back, 3 Mohawk players were on it. Really not giving her any room to breathe.
Mountaineers coming up the right side here. Checking if she was offside, and now she is. Her teammate was offside there.
Now the ball.
Things are looking good for Mohawk so far. Good job keeping possession.
And even when they're getting pressured, Mohawk, you see such a difference in the two teams here. Like, getting pressured up the side there, they don't elect to kick it out and reset. They keep it in and find a teammate.
Yes, Mohawk wants that possession. They want those high possession stats. If the ball gets to one of their defenders, they're doing the best to absolutely keep it within the team. And something to say about the calmness of these Mountaineers defenders.
Being aggressive too here.
Looks like a bit of miscommunication.
Mountaineers coming up the right side here, looking to add another on the board. It's going to be played by the keeper Goldsack.
And you can tell even the midfield are feeling themselves for Mohawk here. There's as many defenders back for Lambton as there were forwards for Mohawk.
And another kick here, and we just see it go straight to the Mountaineers. Looks like they're going to play this one back to the goalie. It's the first kind of opportunity there for Lambton. If there was a mishap there on defense, they could have had an opportunity to get a shot on the net there.
Yeah, first test for Dahan, but well done to remain calm, to keep an eye on the situation, keep it out.
You have to think with Dahan, it's hard to stay loose when your kind of team is on the offense the entire time. You're not really getting tested.
Yeah, you need to stay warm, be prepared for anything at any time.
Here's a shot by the Mountaineers. It's going to get over the net. Lambton's going to get possession.
I'm sure Dahan is happy to be the one who's not doing too much compared to Lambton's goalkeeper. Been kept busy all afternoon.
I know if I was in the net, I'd be more than happy to stand there and watch my team go to work. Lambton with an opportunity here up front, but he's going to play into the hands of Dion.
That right, that might be something that we should be hoping to see from Lambton's defense. These short plays from the goalkeeper and kind of keeping possession within the defense and moving it forward bit by bit instead of kicking the ball as far as you can upfield and hoping it lands to one of your players. I'm all for that fast attacking play, but when it's not working, it's not working. It might be time for a possession play.
And a late start for the Lions warming up even. Their bus arrived late. You would think going into it that might play a part, but I don't know if that's the factor keeping them out of this one.
Yeah, it's difficult to travel from a long way off, right? So stuck on a bus, stuck in traffic, but it looks like Mohawk came to play, and this was always going to be a tough one for Lambton.
Gonna be a throw in for the Mountaineers here.
Looks like a substitution first.
Throwing for the Mountaineers. Tried to cross it up the middle. Lambton's gonna elect to clear it again.
And it's gotta be frustrating for these Lambton forwards to see the team get the ball and immediately give it away. Kicking it out to bounds, kicking it upfield to nobody.
If you're Mohawk here, even given the 4-0 lead here, approaching the end of the first half, you still have to stay within your strategy and kind of play how you practice.
And that's
There's an opportunity here. It's gonna be a shot up in front of the net, and that's gonna get in. So it's 5-0 here for the Mountaineers. Start of the 40th minute.
I have to say that's poor goalkeeping. Kind of shied away from the ball when it came in. It's difficult to throw yourself into it, to put your body on the line, but that's not confident goalkeeping, not in the slightest.
Okay. What? What?
Yeah, you need to make yourself bigger. You need to spread yourself out. That was
by number 7,
maybe a lapse in judgment for a moment for Lambton.
It was a goal by Erica Cooperegi.
And just like how the rest of the season has gone, you can see that Mohawk is scoring with all sorts of different players from across the pitch. They have goal-scoring options both in their attack and their midfield.
And I don't know how many they've scored in a game here this season so far, but you have to think they have a nice opportunity to kind of break that record, so to say.
Well, I can tell you that just in this game, they've doubled the goal tally for the season.
He's too busy running and turning with brain.
Lambton looking to attack. I think that one was
Handball,
played off a Mohawk player.
handball, handball.
Lambton's going to have possession in Mohawk's end here.
And we're getting close to the end of the first half, and that'll give Lambton some well-needed time to kind of sit down and talk over what's gone wrong, what they can try and do, if they can get back into this. I'm sure the coach is telling them that they can. Obviously, if Mohawk can score 5 in the first half, Lambton can score 5 in the second, but it's really that simple.
I think it's out of frame.
It's thrown here by the Lions. Going to make some passing plays here.
Do you know drive-by by train? This is not a drive-by.
This is some of the first like real good offensive play we're seeing from Lambton.
Just as you say that,
Yeah.
ball gets played to Jaden Morgan.
This guy was standing there with his arms crossed the whole time.
Good aggressive defense there.
And Josh was just standing there like, oh, me. And we were all like fake cheering, like making the crowd like, yeah.
Going into the second half, you got to have some sort of confidence going into the second half. So,
Oh shit! Whoa!
you know,
Whoa!
albeit it was only 10 seconds in the Mohawk zone, but that's more than they've had in a while here. Jaden Morgan coming up the left side. She might have a shot on net, and she does, and she puts it in.
Hat trick?
There's the hat trick for Jaden Morgan
Number 14, Jaden Morgan.
here in the 42nd minute.
Do these scoreboards go to double digits?
Let's hope so.
Alright, I'm getting the kick off this time.
The Mountaineers might. That is a good shot. From that angle, it's tough. Obviously, there's a lot of defensive errors there. They need to close down Morgan so much faster. Identify her as a problem player. Get a couple of players on her. But that doesn't take away from how clinical Morgan was in front of goal right then.
That's not what we said.
Yeah, great shot, especially in front of the net. You got to keep your composure. But she didn't really have anyone around her to disrupt that composure.
I think the time is well past to start playing riskier and start playing more aggressively for Lambton. I think they've really let this one go.
Whoa, pinball.
6-0 here for the Mountaineers. 43rd minute. Getting close to the half here. If you're the Lambton coach, you gotta wonder what the Lambton coach can say to his team.
I don't know if there's much you can say, right? Might just be telling them to stem the bleeding. Try and keep it from getting more out of hand than it already is. 6-0 in the first half.
Oh, let me cook.
Could be looking at 7.
Let me cook.
Opportunity there for the Mountaineers, but pretty good defense by the Lions. Mohawk's going to see that one out. It's going to be their possession. Approaching the 45th minute here.
There's not been too many breaks in play. I'm not expecting too much added time.
Towards the left corner, they're going to try and cross one up front. Good shot on goal. Get wide right.
Oh, boo. Yep. Not bad.
Looks like the end of the first half.
I believe that's the first half. We will see you after the break here on Cable 14. Mountaineers lead 6-0 here against the Lions.
Replay Oliver Hatch.
we are back with OCAA live soccer action between the Mountaineers and the Lambton Lions. Mohawk leads 6-0 after the first half of play.
Yeah, an absolutely brutal first half of Lambton to deal with. Hopefully they can come back in the second half, kind of rest your legs, take a minute to breathe, come back into this with fresh ideas.
And if you're the coach of the Lions, you just got to look for some things to work on here. We've seen a decent attack so far.
It's looking, at least in the first few opening seconds, that Lambton's willing to play a lot more aggressively than they were last half.
Coming out with a little more energy, but still just at the start here, kind of same tactics, just trying to clear it.
Looks to be a little bit more composure. Coach might have calmed them down.
Just got to try and instill some confidence in your team here if you're the coach of the Lions.
Absolutely, and that's what a lot of this is going to come down to, is trying to maintain that, maintain a positive attitude, see if you can make something work, because as rough as this is looking, scoring a goal against Mohawk here, that'd be a bit of a statement.
Head coach Kevin Simmons, the coach of the Lambton Lions. This is his 18th year coaching.
It must be good to know for these players that when halftime comes around, that they've got a veteran to go back to and hear what they got to say.
Definitely a very experienced coach. Mountaineers keeping possession here. Looking to attack.
Mohawk's first real attack of the half. Yeah, Lambton seems to be holding them off a bit better than they were before.
If you're Mohawk, you really don't even have to play perfect in the second half here. You just have to play sound fundamentally.
You can make 5 mistakes so far. They've got quite a buffer to work with.
Well, even 5 mistakes, you don't even know how much of a dent that's going to put into the game.
Yeah, I mean, given Lambton hasn't had a shot on target this season yet.
Here comes Jaden Morgan up the right side, looking for her 4th goal of the game. She's going to elect to pass it up front, and that's going to squeak in.
So much free space, just not closing down these players at all. I don't know if that came off the Mohawk player or if that came off the Lambton defender. It might be one to look back at a replay.
I believe it's going to be scored a goal for Erica Cooperagi. That's her 2nd of the game so far.
Number 13, Erica Cooperagi with the goal, assisted by number 14, Jaden Morgan.
It's 3 goals and an assist for Jaden Morgan. She might have another assist. But so far, great game for her.
Selfless striker. To be in a position that close and knowing that she'd scored a goal in the first half just from that spot, to give the ball off to one of her teammates to score instead is a good sign.
Seven to nothing now. Start of the second half.
Wait, what?
So the goal's at 7-0. The last time Mohawk actually did score double-digit goals was in 2011 against Lambton. So we might be seeing a bit of history repeating itself here.
And head coach Kevin Simmons would have been around for that game too, so maybe get some flashbacks there on the bench.
Oh, I'd be sweating if I was him.
And you gotta hope. You know, I haven't looked at the underlying statistics for Lambton's
Whoa, what just happened to my camera?
kind of athletics program or their soccer program as a whole, but you gotta think that there was some good years in between 2011 and now.
They've not been a super competitive team. they've had their ups and downs, obviously, as every team does, but they've never really hit crazy heights. But this season has been one of the roughest ones, at least as far as I know.
Lambton looking to attack here, coming up the left side. It's be side out Lions.
And Lambton was looking good at the start of this half, and you can only hope that that goal right there won't set them right back to where they were during the first half.
Yeah, you gotta hope that doesn't spiral into anything here.
Yeah.
6 goals in the first half for the Mountaineers. They got 1 here in the second half. We're in the 50th minute.
But this Mohawk attack has been absolutely ruthless. There's been no mercy from these strikers and wingers.
And not letting up at all here. They're just hunkering down and trying to score as many as they can. This will be, we were saying earlier, this is a game for Mohawk to build confidence in. I think they'll be feeling pretty good after this one. I think they've probably forgotten all about the 1-0 loss.
Whoa. How did you mix those?
With a blowout, well, I don't want to chalk it up as a loss just yet, but
I think you might be safe too.
with a blowout like this, if you're the coach, you've got to kind of set a goal for your team here, like keep it under 10, like we said.
Yeah, get something back, get a goal back, anything to kind of make a positive out of a rough game here.
That one's going to play into the hands of the keeper for the Lions. Nice passing play from the Mountaineers there.
Looks like another offside. Didn't that after those first couple goals that Lambton pushed the defense up, might be playing more of an offside trap rather than a full regular defensive style.
I guess a positive if you're the Lions here. They haven't had any offside calls, but the Mountaineers have had their share of that, but that plays into the, Lambton really hasn't had possession to get an offside call.
No, I don't imagine those possession stats look particularly favorable to Lambton.
Yeah, and I literally have like 8 friends.
Mohawk looking to add another here.
Sheridan.
It's going to get out of play. Mountaineers possession.
I want to zoom in on those coaches so bad. I want to zoom in on that coach's face so bad.
I don't know if I can say I've ever seen this many throw-ins in one game.
And most of that is just due to the Lions kind of
I'll
panicking.
Yeah, this defensive strategy of just kind of kicking it out of bounds as soon as you get to it.
What's your ace? Who is it?
Lambton's going to get possession here.
With a short free kick.
Yeah, it's probably a psych for campus. It's probably like the Stony Creek campus of Mohawk.
Lambton had some promising movement.
The Mountaineers are attacking, coming up the left wing here. Looking to add her third of the game, but she gets knocked down there. There's no call. The referees are just letting it play now.
Handball. Yeah.
There's a call there.
Looks like it might have been a handball call.
Elijah, tell me you clipped that. Someone
You can see how fast the Mountaineers can just turn that possession around. It was looking good for Lambton for a few moments, and then in a snap, Mohawk sprinting upfield with the ball.
Body.
You see some teams when they get down in a deficit like this, they start to play not so clean, but we haven't seen that from Lambton so far. Been a pretty clean game on both sides.
Yeah, there's really not been too much physical battle. That there probably should be more. Honestly, Lambton should be more than likely pressuring out Mohawk's players a bit more. Obviously, you don't want to see anybody get injured, and silly fouls be thrown around or anything like that.
Here's Jaden Morgan coming up the right side again. Just going to look to cross it up front.
When the leftovers are Little Caesars on it.
Goes through the legs of a Lions player. Mohawk's going to have possession. Kind of left side. Here's a kick on goal.
Whoa.
Almost squeaked through the
five-hole.
legs of the
Almost
goaltender, but
five-hole.
she makes a save.
Almost hit her.
And she must be feeling
Hits her in the
a lot of
back.
pressure. Lambton keeper. Ball's been coming her way the entire game. A lot of saves she had to make, a lot of pressure put on her.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Oh, tempo.
And not a lot of communication from the keeper here. Like, you see a lot of goalies kind of direct traffic when they get possession, but she's just kicking it as hard as she can.
Absolutely. One of the first things that I learned when I was playing soccer was my dad was a goalkeeper for semi-professional goalkeeper in England, and you shout for the ball and
Mountaineers with an opportunity here on the left side. Cross up front, no one's there.
yeah, goalkeeper's got to call for the ball and got to get aggressive on it, and if somebody is in your way, you typically go through them. But that communication, like yelling for the ball, telling your defenders what to do, you have to be that strong player from the back with communication. It doesn't seem like Lambton's been communicating too well. You can kind of see from the screens and from at least we can hear that there's not a lot of chatter going on in this team.
And they really haven't had any room to breathe here so far. As soon as they get possession, they've got 2 or 3 Mohawk defenders on her. Nice passing play here from the Lions.
I'm betting on Sam Bowler.
Mohawk's going to get it back with an opportunity here.
They've absolutely looked like a better team. Oh, well done.
I don't got enough free time for that.
And that's the kind of confident, sweeping goalkeeper play that we were hoping to see in the first half as well. It looks like some of the nerves might have been calmed up a bit. Some of the shyness of the ball might have been curtailed.
Like you said, confidence to go for that one.
Josh's career
Kind
is over.
of a 50-50 ball there, but she got to it.
And you have to go for that. If you leave that ball, Mohawk's got it, and as we've seen, they're more than capable of scoring from angles, tight angles, and from a distance from goal.
It's going to be a free kick here for number 8, Emily Schwarz. I believe she won Athlete of the Week in the first week of the season. Shared that with one of the softball players for the Mountaineers.
Wasted possession. Some of the bad habits of the first half kind of bleeding through again for Lambton here. It doesn't really seem like Mohawk's taking their foot off the gas pedal. They're still making a lot of attacking play. Maybe they might have slowed down a little bit.
Trust me, what I say. I said on for everything we're betting on. Wes, give me your camera.
We've definitely seen more from the Lions within
Give me the
like
gimbal.
keeping possession here so far early in this second half, but it hasn't amounted to anything so far.
Yeah, not just yet, but consistent attacking play is how you score. You can't expect every attack to turn into a goal, but as long as they can kind of tell themselves that.
And slide tackle there. Call on the play. Don't believe that was clean.
Not quite. Kind of from the side, kind of from the back. Not an awful tackle. Probably not worthy of a yellow, but definitely worthy of a free kick. Yeah, she didn't get close to that at all. So that was that might have been a bit of leniency from the referee to not show a card on that. Kind of could have gone either way.
And if you're the referee, you got to kind of look at the scoreboard, and you don't want to kind of. Lambton's already in a hole. You don't want to make it any worse.
Yeah, kick them all down. And I don't think there was any real venom in that tackle. It just seems to be mistimed.
There's a free kick from the Mountaineers. It's going to play into the hands of the keeper, Goldsack.
Up and over the wall, but not quite enough pace, not quite enough to the left or right.
Boom! I get 97.
But it's the talent this Mohawk team has. They're dangerous from all angles of the pitch.
Another one of those signature kicks from the keeper, Goldsack. Gets into Mountaineers' possession. Here's Jaden Morgan coming up the left side, a shot on net.
What a
Nice
save.
easy save there.
It does look like Lambton's look more competent.
That one is
They seem to be playing a little more of this passing game, a little less frantic when the ball goes forward. I guess there's not a lot to lose at this point.
Looks like a handball there. See that shot from Morgan? Right into the hands of the keeper.
A lot of spin on that ball. It's Goldtag might be a little bit lucky it didn't bounce off the ground first, because that kind of can go any which way.
What? Talking about me?
So we're here in the 60th minute. Mountaineers lead 7-0. They've added 1 to their lead here in the second half of play.
Under.
Good hands on the goalkeeper. Mohawk's keeping her busy in this half too, but she looks to have regained some of her composure. She's not. She's taking on a little bit more of that powerful role that you need goalkeepers to be nowadays.
Pretty good pass there from the Lions, but Mohawk defensive players have just pounced on every opportunity the Lions have had. There's a kick up front. It's going to be easy play for Samantha Dahan.
I do think Lambton's going to have a hard time getting it past Dahan, even if they do get a really good piece of attacking play put together. That tall, strong goalkeeper the Mountaineers have.
Like you see that communication from the Mountaineers. Jaden Morgan coming up left side here.
Negative odds. Like, they're just not happening. It's like plus.
She's going to kick this one towards the middle. Nice pass, but now it's just going to be lofted in the air. Nice easy catch for the
that ball went to the right and it was
goalkeeper.
A bit of a scuff shot, but take them all at this point, right? I think Morgan realized that she was in an offside spot there, offside position.
A lot of shots here towards the goal for the Mountaineers. Not any too challenging for the keeper. Lambton gets possession here. This is going to be calling that play.
It doesn't look like any bad blood between these players. It looks like they all kind of... Everyone's playing their own game. And you like to see that. You like to see the sportsmanship from the players.
Especially, like I said, given the score. It's nice to at least see that. I believe this is going to be the first free kick for the Lions. This one's just gonna could have gone out of play, but it's played by the keeper Dahan.
Yeah, sure. I'm not sure that was intended to be a shot or a cross, but I mean, it was in a decent position. I feel like a Lambton player could have rushed forward and gone for that.
Here's Jaden Morgan here,
Oh, what a...
looking for a shot.
Ooh.
That go in.
Just gets wide left.
That went in.
She deserved to get that one in. That was some really nice individual build-up play from Morgan there.
Well, I couldn't tell there. I believe that went in.
Oh, it did. Oh, it must have snuck through the back of the net.
Number 14 with another goal.
Yeah. All right.
Jaden Morgan.
It's the fourth game here for Jaden Morgan. It's hard to tell from this angle, but
Oh, it snuck through the bottom. Yeah.
And that's her 4th goal for today.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous build-up play. Kind of sees her position, sees her teammates, sees the defenders, and decides to do it all herself.
so lead's extended to 8-0 now. Mountaineers lead.
And I don't really know if there's going to be much competition for player of the match after this. I feel like it's been a good display from all of the Mountaineers. The defenders haven't had a ton to do, but
Making a good bid at player of the week as well.
oh, absolutely. 4 goals. I think she got a good shot.
Freaking people on the court right
And not many frowns on the faces of the Lions here. They seem to be, you know, enjoying themselves despite the deficit.
They must have known coming in that Mohawk is such a dominant team last year, and They knew this was going to be hard.
Nice passing play from the Mountaineers. Stopped early. Lions looking to attack, coming up the left side here. But it's going to trickle out of play. Going to be Mountaineers' possession.
And he's looking to play it from the back. But even that run up the side, it's better than we've seen from a lot of Lambton in the first half. This kind of looks like a different team coming out at this point.
Great passing play here from the Mountaineers. And it squeaks by the Lambton player. There's going to be no opportunity, though. It's going to deflect off of the Mountaineers player. It's going to be Lambton possession.
Sign her. Sign her.
And I don't believe we have a shot on goal from the Lions yet.
No, not one on target at least. Some of the crosses and the goals get kind of intermingled. Hard to tell which ones are which at points, but nothing to really trouble Dahan. Very little that the Mountaineers goalkeepers had to do today.
Some decent passing play in their own zone, but gets back into Mohawk possession. That one's going to trickle out. Off the referee.
And we're back.
We're back to Mountaineers possession.
I would like to apologize.
Mountaineers looking to add on to this 8-0 lead here.
It's
a little bit of a trip there, no call. It's going to be a shot on net.
Just saved.
Nice save by the keeper, Goldsack.
And that ball is punted deep center field. That'll make it an 8-0 ball game for the Mountaineers. I don't know if I'm going to put this headset on again.
And the kick from Goldsack just ends up right back in the possession of the Mountaineers.
I'm going to put that on my
So 67 minutes in, 8-0 for the Mohawk Mountaineers over the Lambton Lions. I don't know if there's much to take from this for either team. I feel like both of them might be thinking that it's a bit of an anomaly. I think the Mountaineers might be hoping it's not an anomaly. I'm sure they'd love to win by this kind of margin every game, but for Lambton, they can only hope that the rest of the season doesn't follow in this game's footsteps.
But I have to say, this is great content for me on my... I do a radio show every Wednesday, so gives me a lot to talk about.
Plenty of goals to talk about, for sure.
It's good to see from the Mountaineers coming off of their first loss in quite a while, bouncing right back, and they have a commanding 8-0 lead here.
Yeah, it shows some professionalism, some tenacity to not let that loss get to the head. And it's not like it was a particularly rough loss anyway. 1-0 isn't something to be too worked up about, but they have more than made up for today, I think.
It's a good team to bounce back against. Just got Jaden Morgan passing it over to the left side here.
Go through Alec Manila.
Good play from Lambton to come back and try and get that.
Mountaineers keep possession. Lions have possession now. They're going to attack. Nothing going there, though.
Ooh, turned over.
Coming up the right wing. I think she was looking for a shot there, but she couldn't get an accurate one there. So Mohawk defender draped all over.
Yeah, it's tough with these tall, strong defenders just sticking right by your side. It's difficult to get any kind of real effective shot off.
She scored.
Mountaineers with possession again.
Bodies.
I think Lambton's going to elect to kick it out.
That aggressive play, chasing the ball all the way back, almost at the corner flag. Mohawk wants more. I think they won that double digit. Want to break that old record.
Excuse me, it's going to be Lambton possession here. But now right back to Mohawk. Looking like a shot for Jaden Morgan. And it, what a striking shot from Jaden Morgan. And she extends the lead 9-0 with her 5th goal of the game.
Jaden Morgan has scored as many goals this game as the Mountaineers scored total in all of their games leading up to this. And just so much space for Morgan.
A lot of power on that shot. I mean, the keeper couldn't even jump for that one.
No, I think it was a bit of a deceptive shot. It was kind of looked like it might be curling more than it was. Those can be tough to deal with.
So Jaden Morgan's 3rd year as a Mountaineer. It's safe to say this might look like her best.
Yeah, this has been clinical from the whole Mountaineers team in general, but especially for Morgan. It's been a show. I 20 minutes left in the game, 19 minutes left in the game. I have a feeling that Morgan's not satisfied with 5, as ridiculous as that sounds.
And good on the head coach of the Mountaineers keeping her out there, letting her have an opportunity at what I would believe is history.
Oh, absolutely. 5 goals in one game is...
That's our ball, ain't it?
It doesn't come around very often, I can tell you that much.
That's our ball.
I think most players are pretty ecstatic with 3, let alone doubling that.
We're in the 71st minute.
Back, guys. 6.
Mountaineers have extended their lead. They led 6-0 after the first half and extended it to 9. The shot on goal there from Morgan. There's not going to be any call on the play. No hard feelings.
We are kind of seeing, I think we're seeing Lambton kind of devolve back into that first half performance. They looked way better at the start of the second half. A lot more energy, a lot more bite. But they've kind of slipped back into some bad habits from earlier on today.
That's kind of what happens when you're down this much. You get out of your plan going into the game, and they're reverting back to kind of default settings.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at the score, you really can't blame them that much. I feel like even the best players would be kind of turning off at this point. I think a lot of the best players would have turned off a few goals ago.
Lambton had numbers there, but they couldn't get possession. Nice play there from the Lions. Looking to attack. Mohawk's going to pick off that pass.
That looked like it might have been offside, even if that pass had gone through. 17 more minutes. Do you think Mohawk can hit 10?
Oh, definitely. My only question is, who's going to score the 10th? If we're going to see a 6th goal here from Jaden Morgan, or I believe there's another player with 2, so looking for 2 hat-tricks for 2 separate players. Jaden Morgan might have 2 hat-tricks herself, though.
Yeah, she might be taking the match ball home twice.
Get deflected off of a player there. Mountaineers staying aggressive.
Yeah, there are definitely some tired legs out there for the Lambton Lions. Not chasing the ball quite as much as they were earlier on, but 73 minutes of running will do that too. Especially with how much pressure they've been under. They've not had any time to rest and breathe and move forward.
Mohawk doing a good job keeping possession there in their own end.
Yeah, even with a lead this gigantic, they're not making any silly mistakes at the back. They're not kind of letting any goals come out of disrespect for the other team. They're still treating them as if this game was 0-0.
Mohawk looking to attack up the left side here.
That looked like an offside call.
Another offside call for the Mountaineers, but
Yeah, you definitely got time for
not coming back to bite them. Not in the slightest.
And you can see the lethargy kind of creeping in on these defenders for Lambton. They've had to run forward so often and then run right back.
They haven't had any room to kind of relax. We saw them make some substitutions very early in this match.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that we saw full 3 substitutions only 10-15 minutes in, but very little since then.
A little bit of a trip there, no call on the play.
I think Mountaineers might have gotten away with one there.
Well, coming up the left side now. Try and keep that one in.
Ooh, not quite.
It's going to be Lambton possession.
The Mountaineer men's play after this. Are we expecting to see a similar performance?
I would hope so. Similar to that. Well, I mean, in terms of commentating, I wouldn't say it's boring, but it's kind of repetitive.
I'm guaranteeing that's the last thing they'll
You always hope for a tight game, right?
I'm from the Lambton, Mississauga.
This is interesting for a whole plethora of other reasons, kind of seeing who can get the most, how Mohawk's attack looks, how versatile they are when they come on the attacking play.
And I would say with the lead this big for the Mountaineers, if you're the coach of the Lions, you might want to get your backup goalie in, but looking at the sheet here, Lauren Goldsack is the only goalkeeper on the Lions.
Yeah, and that is difficult. Mohawk has the advantage of having that secondary backup goalkeeper, Hadley, who also has a good save record, 88% shot save rate this season so far.
And it's a rough game for their team as a whole, but it's tough to just kind of wear 9 goals.
Yeah, there were some goals that were Mohawk just put it in the back of the net, and there's very, very little Lambton can do about it. But there have been a few goals today that Lambton could absolutely have stopped, and those ones in particular I think are way down on these players.
That one's played back to the keeper by the Lions. Mountaineers tacking up with the left side. Kick it towards the net.
She's not good with her hands, so.
Lions going to try and make a passing play out. Get out of their own end here.
I said she's not good with her hands. What? Because she's letting 9 goals. What are you talking about? You're not making this sexual.
Mohawk really not giving Lambton any chances to come back into this game.
The fact that she's almost let in.
Yeah, if you're the Lions, it's not about coming back now. It's kind of all said and done, but you want to have something to take away.
Yeah, you don't want to drive all this way and go home with nothing, right? You might as well try and get a little bit of something out of this.
When she says no, I'm really thinking I won't use the syrup. I love I love the picture where it's the guy who's like
12 minutes left in this one, barring any extra time. Mohawk looking to add on to their 9-0 lead. Score 10 for the first time since it's been over 10 years.
Yeah, 12 years, I think we were saying. It's the last time Mohawk scored double-digit goal against this same team.
How many empty syrup packets have been under that table? Wait, what? Where the hell did that come from?
Lions are just going to kick that one out there.
Mountaineers are playing against the Saints tomorrow, the St. Clair Saints, which are a much more difficult team to go up against, it seems, than the Lambton Lions. That's going to be a tighter game to tune into.
St. Clair, great athletics program. I know covering the softball for Mohawk, their 2 games against St. Clair on last Sunday ended up in 2 straight mercies. So St. Clair definitely has a great athletics program. Hopefully their soccer's just as good as their softball, and you can have a tight game against Mountaineers. There's a shot there, gets just over top of the net.
They've, I believe they're undefeated this season. St. Clair's women's team, and
I know. I was going to tell you to get off me for a sec.
They have quite the record. They've been winning some bigger games so far this year. Though the history against the Mountaineers is pretty close. I if I'm not wrong, I think that Mohawk has won 6, and St. Clair's won 7 in the last 13 meetings.
And those matchups are spread across a multitude of years, so could have been when the Mountaineers were a weaker team, they lost those games, but
Yeah, I'm not sure about the recent history of those two teams up against each other. I'll have that ready for tomorrow.
going into a matchup against a tough team, it's good to come off of a already 9-0 so far. Good to come off of a big win.
Where the hell is
You know.
this ball?
Oh, and I think St. Clair's might be a little
What? There's
confidence might be a bit shaky hearing the scoreline tonight.
balls on
Yeah.
coming out of thin air.
If you're a player on St. Clair and you check the score sheet and you don't look at the Lions' overall team performance, you might get a little worried. Lions attacking here. They might have a shot. They do, and it's going to be wide right. No challenge for the keeper, DeHaan.
Still no shots on target for this Lions team this season. It's definitely something to work on in practice, but I don't think you can blame too much against Mohawk.
It's hard to get shots on target when you don't have a real offensive strategy.
No, there's not been a lot going forward. It seems like every attacking play is kind of different. Like they're kind of throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks, and so far nothing has.
Yeah, so they don't want the other team to have any chances. They just want
9.5 more minutes, sparring any extra time for Mohawk to get that 10th goal.
But you're still playing aggressive. You wonder if the coach of the Mountaineers knows about that history, if the coach of the Lions knows about that history, or even remembers it.
I feel like you don't forget double digits losses super often. It's a difficult sentence to say.
Well, I guess that's depending on the team too. I mean, if you're a team that get it blown out and it's on the regular, then you might forget about it.
That's a good point. If they're a team that struggles regularly, then it might be water under the bridge already.
Mountaineers attacking here again. Nice pass back. Here's a pass up the left side.
In a really good position right now for a cross.
Here's a cross. Not going to be played by anyone. It's going to squeak through. Mountaineers keep possession. Good defense by the Lions there.
Yeah, pulling that away from the boots of the Mountaineers player. That's a difficult shot to. It can be a difficult shot to stop from that kind of angle. So it's critical that the defenders get back and really either get in the way or pinch the ball back.
If you're the Lions, you got to take some sort of pride in not getting that double-digit lead for the Mountaineers. There's really not been much else to take pride from, so to say.
No, I don't really know what to. I don't envy these players in the dressing room afterwards. I'm sure the coach is understanding in a way, but it can't feel good to lose by this margin. We are looking at something that looks more like a baseball score than a soccer score right now.
Speaking of baseball, I played on a baseball team this summer, and I would say I do feel the Lions because I believe we played over 20 games and we didn't win one. And we only had a couple close games, so I feel what they're going through right now. And when you're losing by this margin, it's not so much about the team anymore. It's kind of about the individual and making sure you're doing what you can.
Yeah, try and do your job the best you can. You can't make your strikers score of your midfielder. You can't make your midfielders pass the ball right if you're the striker. So all you can hope is that when the ball gets you, you do your job, and everything else out of your hands. It seems like a lot of communication on both teams has kind of calmed down. I think Mountaineers are coasting a little bit at this point. Lambton's at peace with their fate.
And I can feel the goalie, Goldsack, here. When I was, like I said, playing baseball this summer, I was the pitcher in most of those games where we got blown out, so I know what it's like to wear a huge loss, and going into the next game, you just got to kind of forget all about it and try your best.
Yeah, you have to put it all behind you and move forward with whatever strategy you come up with between your next couple of games. I don't know if Lambton plays again this weekend, but if they do, they don't have a lot of time to evaluate what went wrong here today and form a cohesive plan to prevent it from happening again. You hope that the Lions can break this losing streak at some point, just as the Mountaineers hope that this might be the beginning of a long win streak.
And as the only keeper on the Lions team, Goldsack's got to have a short memory, especially going into the next game after taking a loss like this. And there's a shot from the Mountaineers. Nice save there.
And you have to be really careful when you've only got that one goalkeeper. If Goldsack gets injured, you're playing centre backs probably in goal for the rest of the season.
So you do look at one positive for the Lions. They have more saves than the Mountaineers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think DeHaan's 100% save record can get much better, but I'm sure she might be feeling a little bit cold in net tonight.
And really no sense putting your backup goalie in, Mia Hadley, because there hasn't been any shots on net. It's not like putting her out there to stand is going to do anything.
No, I'm sure Hadley is just fine on the bench, where she might be a little bit warmer.
Mohawk looking to add on to their lead here. 86th minute. Approaching the end of this one. It's going to be Lambton possession.
It looks like some light pushing.
Oh, that ball was still moving.
Lambton turning it over, getting possession back.
And you hope to see a shot on goal by Lambton, and by the end of this game, you still got a little bit of time to try and break that unfortunate curse that they've got right now.
The Lions just looking for a last-minute opportunity here. Gonna make the nicest passing play we've seen in quite some time from them.
But that Mohawk defensive strategy, 2 players to every attacker, is really difficult to deal with.
You know, that strategy's not going to work on every team, but it's been working this game, and they're not going to change things up.
Yeah, against speedier teams, that's really risky. But Lambton hasn't shown to be too willing to play fast wing play, fast get in behind style of play.
That kick from the keeper is going to be played by the Mountaineers. They're looking to attack here. Lambton picks off that pass. They're going to get possession. And that's going to get out of play. It's going to be Mountaineers' possession.
Only a few more minutes here. Mohawk, barring potentially one of the most insane sporting events of all time, has won this game.
Yeah, that'd be I guess exciting if we've been sitting here not much to talk about.
10 goals in 2 minutes would give us lots.
That'd be something to write about. The Lions finally getting a not shot on goal, but shot towards the goal.
Making DeHaan move. Giving us something to do for a little bit. Yeah, I think the Mountaineers are happy to really reduce the pace of this game, and I'm sure as much as the strikers might want that 10th goal, I think the rest of the team's okay with coasting for this one.
It's going to be kicked out of play by a Lions player. So Mountaineers have possession here in the 88th minute. I don't think we saw much extra time at all in the first half, if we did have any.
No, a minute, if that. There are very few, other than the goals, very little time necessary.
Cross up front. Nice save by the keeper. We saw much extra time at all in the first half, if we did have any. Now nearing the end of this one,
Other than the goals, very little time necessary.
It's a cross up front, anything special. Nice save by the keeper.
Players and coaching perspective that we're pretending that this game never happened moving forward.
Now nearing the end of this one, Lambton. Really nothing you can do anything special.
No, I think from both the players and coaching perspective that you're looking at just pretending that this game never happened, moving forward. And just try not to let this this sort of scoreline get to you too much. You don't want to be dragging this baggage into your next game.
Definitely don't want it to become a regular thing.
No, you don't want to get used to losing like this. You still want to keep that fire and that competitive nature in you.
Mountaineers with a final attack here. Just calling that play.
Okay, I'm
That's going to be the
second.
game. So the Mountaineers win this one by a score of 9-0. They beat the Lambton Lions. Couldn't get that 10th goal, but regardless, a great win for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, heartbreaking for Lambton, I think. This kind of scoreline never looks
And
good.
the final score is 9-0
Clearly there's a lot for them to work on, a lot for Mountaineers to take and run with, but
2 goals.
I think all Lambton can do at this point is hope that this game was a one-off and that they can find the first goals, the first shots on target
Thank you,
in
everyone.
the
Stay tuned.
next few games.
My name is Tyler Kennedy. I'm joined here today by Callum O'Malley, and we thank you for watching this matchup between the Mountaineers and the Lambton Lions.